Okay, so like we're mostly here. We just don't have a lead. This is one of the things I didn't test beforehand. And now you'll probably see my HTC Vive.
You're the camera on my VR headset. The VR headset sits behind the computer. If I just... You can see this cute thing animated me ways ago. It's really blurry.
Anyway, I'll actually change it to the appropriate one. Ta-da! Got yourself a jump now. I know. It was really dumb. It's very funny, very silly. It's because I need to, like, we see the tiny gap. Exactly. I need to change the. Oh, that looks terrible. Like text, maybe. There you go. First time I open Streamlabs and change profile, for some reason I need to tell it what the audio devices are and what the webcam is. But I was lazy tonight. I spent all day in the office. God, why did we do this? This is absurd. I can't believe that nearly everyone does this as well. It's exhausting. I was there from like 9 until 5. Utterly absurd. Okay, that's enough. I know. I shouldn't. It's very silly. And then I had an hour's lunch. Yeah. I don't. Emmy's correct. I wanted to return to the office because I go kind of mad if I'm by myself at home all day. Also, if I don't have the freedom to leave the office and wander around and see if there's a new and interesting place I can buy coffee. Like, I just go mad. Get even more anxious. I start believing all my co-workers hate me with no evidence. And that's funny, if it wasn't for the actual mental distress that happens. We're gonna stretch this. Comrade! Such a beautiful gift for me. Thank you so much. So kind of you. Got you with us for one more month. And hey, comrade, today I sent out the honk message to our Pathfinder group, so I'm very excited to get that up and running and going again on Friday. Please. And none of us have COVID, so like let's fucking go. And nobody's getting married this weekend that I know. If you are getting married this weekend, subscribe to the channel. There you go. And that means we can have a good game night Friday night. I'll also try pretty hard to work from home on Friday and do very little during the day, which is not hard for me. I'm good at that. And so I'll be all refreshed and ready to go. And we will hopefully have a longer session because I really want to get through the first book with Strength of Thousands. It's taken us too long. Spending too long fucking about. Like, in the best way we're fucking about. I just don't want it to turn out the same way Descendant to Avernus did, which sadly you weren't there for the very beginning of, but like, the best part of that whole campaign was fucking about in Baldur's Gate. Or maybe hanging out with Mad Maggie. You know, whenever it went off book. Because the whole book was just fucking miserable. Yeah, she might object, to be honest. Yeah. I know, and we were really ready to go one week, and then I couldn't do it, and I felt terrible. This banner image is wrong as well. I had a better version of this. Alright, well look, I'll have to fiddle with that and get to the bottom of it later. Because I think we should play some game. Yeah? We can talk about what our plans are. Politically, we have an election this weekend as well for Australia, so it's going to be exhausting to get to the bottom of that. Mega had an excellent suggestion on how I could, like, do the gal grinding, and I do not take that suggestion. I was too busy. I was writing assignments nearly all of last week. It was very stressful. I'm glad I sorted it out, but it wasn't fun TM. So I'm glad it's submitted and I don't need to worry about it, even though I'm likely to be working on the new assignment probably tomorrow. See that house on the far northern plains? That old man has lost his marbles. They say he threw out his own kid, thinking he was some kind of monster. This region is known as the Belt. Monsters migrate here from all over the world, so it can be quite dangerous outside of town. You never know what you might run into. The Veld is how Final Fantasy VI avoids... Oh, that's perfect, comrade. Being tucked up and cozy in bed on a cold, almost winter's day. That's so good. When I was at hunting yesterday, I could have sworn I saw a kid running along with a pack of monsters. I wonder if it was just my overactive imagination. Woof. I threw some dried meat to a herd of hungry animals last time I was out on the veldt, and would you believe it? Some kid scrambled out of the herd and ran off with it. Look, I'll be happily playing Final Fantasy. Well, let's get some dried meat. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Yeah, of course. Thanks for the sound test. The microphone's a little bit further away because it honestly just makes for a better experience. So I'll turn this music down. And that should be a bit easier on you. Oh yes, I'm not sure if we mentioned, but remember to say my wife as much as possible. Carrier pigeons are our only link to the outside world. Oh, hey pigeon. That's adorable. Powerful ocean currents run through the Serpent Trench. Have you ever heard about them? Nope. Ooh. What is this? Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Da-da-da. 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 Oh. Hop into the current, you'll be swept straight to Nikia. Too bad I own the diving helmet was stolen. Damn it. I'm sure the Celebrate would have heard it before. And if not, like, jeez, they need more practice. Shh, you have to be quiet. Why? The soldier inside this house is hurt real bad, so Mum says we have to keep our voices down. Okay, that makes sense. What about this guy who's sprinting back and forth? Hello. A grievously injured soldier wandered into the village not too long ago. I dressed his wounds, but his condition doesn't seem to be improving. Those letters coming from the town of Miranda are the only things keeping him going. So you got carrier pigeons. Soldier. Injured lad. I'm a soldier from Miranda. When our town fell to the Empire, I was forced to join the Imperial Army. I tried to flee rather than help them attack Dover, but they came after me. I barely escaped alive. Now I can't even move. I'll never see Lola again. There's a letter on my desk. Would you be kind enough to bring it to me? Yeah, I tried to steal it earlier, of course. There are even more Imperial soldiers walking the streets of Miranda these days. Things are peaceful otherwise. The flowers in the garden will soon bloom and announce the arrival of spring. How are you holding up? Your condition worries me to no end. I so wish that I could fly to your side and be with you. Please think only about getting better and try not to push yourself too hard. Rest knowing that I spend every day thinking only of you and wishing I could see you. Lola. I'd like to write her back, but I don't even have the strength to pick up a pen. Do you want to dictate? Yeah? No? Okay. Maybe you just assumed Sabin can't read. Cyan? No. Oh well, we tried. be nice to Sabin. He may be a meathead, but he's a comms major. Dwan and Katarin are both 16. Ah, what a magical age. The springtime of love. Maybe they're just not talking because I'm right there staring at them creepily. Cowards. I think it was Psych Major? It was something from Cabin in the Woods. It's like the tough guy named Rest had free rest, absolutely. By like Hemsworth? The character played by Hemsworth was like turned into a meathead for some reason because he had muscles. And then at some point after... Alright, it's been years. I'm going to give a spoiler for Cabin in the Woods. Mute me if you don't want it. After he rides a dirt bike into an electric fence or magical barrier, they're like, why did he do that? He's a fucking psych major or something. Like, and I don't know, that always caught me as particularly funny. Not only does it like reinforce the actual plot as to what's going on, I just think it's very funny that like, why did he do that? He's a psych major. Or he's a something major. So do you want to send a letter to Lola for that injured soldier? Postage to Miranda's 500 gil. Send it. Yeah. I can send letters and packages to any corner of the world for you. Let me know if you need my services. Taking your elixir and your clock, buddy. Oh, shit. How am I so bad at not spoiling things for people? That's why I haven't said a damn thing about Multiverse of Madness other than it's really important and I liked it. The entrance to the Serpent Trench lies within Crescent Mountain near the southern tip of the continent. Yeah, but so the game is like, it's asking you to put together essentially like what you need to do. The trench runs over to the northern part of the world. You need to get in that trench. But you need a diving helmet. I want to get better so I can return to Miranda. I want to see Lola. Well, he's changed dialogue, so I guess we did send a letter that he couldn't pick up a pen to write. Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna argue. Yeah, I'm not too torn up about it. I feel a little guilty, but not much. I don't feel any particular need to beat him up. Can't run away. Alright. Nice. Whoa! Hey, gal. Would you like... Oh, I'm hungry. Some meat? But what a peculiar child. I am San, and this is Sir Sabin. You, Sabin, you, Cyan. Me want more food. Sorry, it's all gone, man. You go get more for me. A regular little munchkin, hey man. And you, afraid of me. You want some of this? Me not want hurt you. Stop looking at me like that. Do you think they're fighting or dancing or what? You're pretty tough for a little guy. Have fun, you strong. Okay, so they're probably fighting then. You fall for it. Fall for trick. Shut up. Oh dear. Do simmer down, sirs. And thou, O wild one, who might thou be? Thou? Thou. You angry? Cyan, you angry? Me? Cyan, you angry? Me? I know people like this. Cyan, you angry? Me?
Listen, his family was just like super dead. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Yeah, like they fucking died because this whack ass clown, bro. Like they poisoned the hell out of him, and like then he saw them again on a train. So I didn't think it'd be too sad, but fuck me, they were on the train because they were dead. Yeah. Me understand. Me sorry. Gao not mean person. Water under the bridge. Let us not dwell on such things. So Gao, I have a feeling we will get along quite well. Wilt thou join us? Oh, Gao give you a present. Gao gives Cyan and Seb a nice present. Thanks for food. Right. What matter of rubbish do you suppose he's gonna give us? Gao's treasure, shiny, 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 shiny. Shiny can his junk be. Mr. Thou, like shiny thing? How's that one over there? The shiny thing, eh? Locke's gonna be jealous when he hears about this. Who, Locke? He bad man? Maybe he tried to steal Gao's treasure. Locke? Well, he's... Look, listen when someone's talking to you, man. I believe he's trying to tell us something. Fine, well, what is it, bro? Here, shiny thing here. Where Sabin is, that Moblitz. Cyan stand place River Bringing, Gao stand Crescent Mountain. Moon-shaped mountain, shiny thing there. Well then, shall we be off? Might as well see what is at this Crescent Mountain of his. Why do we have to invite someone like him along? You want to talk, Sabin, Jesus. Mr. Thou, hurry up. We leave you behind. I told you before, my name is not Mr. Thou. What is this? Kappa. Alright, well, we got an answer pretty quickly. Here's how to build up Gao's skills. During battle, choose Leap, a command that appears only when you're on the Veldt. Keep fighting on the Veldt, eventually Gao will reappear. When he reappears, he will have learned the attacks of the monsters you were fighting when he leapt, as well as those you were fighting when he returned. Whoa! Whoa! Choose Rage to have Gao use any of the attacks he has learned. And now, please continue with your quest. Oh, cute little thing tripped over. Bye. What a strange young man. No. God damn it. Gao's one of the 3 blue mages for this game. Seriously. Because Realm and Strago. Strago is the closest to the traditional blue mage. Leap! That's too many blue mages? Yeah, it is. I agree. Realm paints and Strago sketches, I think? I didn't play with them much, sadly. And we'll get to them. I'll show you what they're like. Bang. The hardest thing is like, oh yeah, you don't get experience on the build. So you can just grind here.
I hope Gao comes back, because I actually really want him to learn the stray cat rage. Yes! Yeah, you gotta... I'm Gao! You friend! Friend! I join you again. Cool. Hey, red mages are great. I love them. They're so friendly. They're so stylish. And their quest in Final Fantasy XIV is actually pretty good. I am amazed you, a fellow bisexual, are not completely on the path of the red mage. They're being told they're greedy and they're like, well, you know what? I'm going to do both. And due to dual cast, I can only assume they're really good in bed. That made sense. Don't think about it too much. Jesus. Alright, so now, hey, could you rage as a stray cat? Sight. Stray cat rage. Cat scratch. Fuck me. Did over 1,000 damage. What the hell is going on? Gao. Feral youth with ridiculous eyebrows. Buddy, what's going on here? What on earth is this? Alright. That'll do. No need to make him leap on anything else right now. Crescent Mountain Cave. There you go. Weep. Cyan, that shiny thing about Gao's is like in here, man. And where exactly might it be found, Sir Gao? Gao, forget. I forgot. Shall we look around, man? Seems we have no choice. The early combat of Final Fantasy XIV is really boring. Really boring. What is it, Gao, man? Do you see something? Whoa, whoa. And then the more, whoa. My money pouch. There was 500 gil in there, man. Gao, you little shit. I'm gonna strangle a child. Oh dear, Sir Sabin, please let it go for all of our sakes. I admit the early time. When I tried to play it the first time, because Deadman was recommending it at me, I tried to play it. It was not good. It was boring. And I gave it another go later and spent more effort trying to make combat interesting, like pulling multiple mobs, always living on the edge, like, you know, playing hard. And that was more enjoyable. Well, nothing here. Oh, yeah, you gotta press A on those dig spots. Oh, is this it? Is the shiny treasure? Treasure! This ought to put a dirty glass bowl. Kinda looks like it'd fit over your head. Oh, shit. I wonder if we could use this, man. Might let us breathe underwater. All of us. Alright, let's go. What the hell? And we go immediately. These rapids look quite rapid. No kidding, man. That's the only way to make it in time to meet up with the others. We gotta surf these waves, bro. Oh.
Alright, let's go. Okay. It well and truly automatically moves us. Anguiform. Stray Cat Rage. Cat Scratch for ridiculous amounts of damage. Oh, we're getting experience again. Okay. Well, that's not bad. I don't hate getting experience. We gotta choose a direction. Right. Anyone else slightly dizzy? I'm slightly dizzy. Actinian, Aspirin, and Anguiform. Quick, punch that fish! Keep going. They're really showing off. Like, this is still PlayStation, Super Nintendo. And the Super Nintendo was pushed to its limit at this point. Handling those rotations and movement same way, making it look like things are coming towards you. That's some massive effort. And it's relatively smooth camera control that I'm not doing. It's doing it automatically. But that's a lot of effort. Left, right, left, right. I hope that was correct. Oh no. Attacked by a fish from behind. He was auto-attacking because he berserked last time, so I want to put Fang back on. Just deal more damage without having to delay that much. Just do it. We are going so fast. Serpent Trench. One of two chests. Well, is there another chest? Or can I get it again? Oh, second floor. Ooh, what's this? Nothing. Okay, okay, cool. What about this? Drains the water? This is ridiculous. Hey! A green beret? That's just strictly better. Gao needs all the help he can get, buddy. When he starts activating the rage of a particular monster, we can't control him, so he's a set and forget character. My god, I think we've done it. By God, that man has a family. Look at him, he's crushed. He's broken in half. Oh God, let's see if he can move. I'm fine, don't worry. Where the fuck are we? Nicaea. Alright, well. Still need to shop. But cool, we can just catch a ferry straight to Figaro. Love it. In the meantime, we can just get it up. Alright. Looking for a single chest. No, not bare chest. That was last Final Fantasy stream where I showed off my cool tattoo. Oh my god, I totally forgot. That man does not have a family. I'm shopping for imported goods. Yes, you're very fancy. Pretty impressive that a kid like me can run a business, don't you think? You should buy something to encourage me. That guy. It's pretty fast. Very clever. What a sneaky little son of a bitch, huh? Thank you. This town's isolated from the rest of the world, so you can't get anywhere without a ship. By the way, what does isolated mean? That's a small child, and I gave him a man's voice. Get out of my way! Standing around in the street like that, all covered in filth? I should be very clean, I just came out of the ocean. A spear? He's never going to use that. I make him use his tool every time. Oh. What's up? All this stuff looks like junk to me. Yeah, well, I still buy things. Hey, whenever we get proposed to by someone we don't like, we can just throw down a smoke bomb. Magus hat, eh? Bandana, eh? Stock 6. Well, I don't think we need to buy any more of those. A silk robe, however, that'll look very fetching on Terra. Why weren't you wearing a... What? Yeah, that's better. I wish we could make you... Oh well. I know samurais aren't strictly supposed to dual wield things, but still, I want him to. I don't care if it's ridiculous. Right. Boy, I love spending money. A rock slide has blocked the route that leads north along the coast. The game is saying, don't go in that direction, you idiot. Where? Yeah, of course. I want to check a bit ride. Let's go. Oh, God, that's no good for my head. They're very proud of their camera angles, and I am not pleased. What was it to... There was a... Oh my god. That's no good, man. Well, this is probably a rock slide that's stopping us from going anywhere else. I do love that the game gives us a choice. Hey, you want to get on a chocobo? You can go nowhere. Oh, now it can walk over water. C-H-O-C-O-B-O. That's not how you spell chocobo. So the Eastern Kingdom of Doma has fallen to the Empire as well? Oh, well, I'm sure no my kids have fallen. They've fallen over and they can't get up. Yes, that one was very bad. Well, that strange old man lives in a little cabin near the lake. I helped deliver his son 13 years ago. So problem birth, mother didn't survive, the old man couldn't handle the loss. Went loony, he did. Thought his baby was some kind of monster and threw it out. Poor little thing never had a chance. No? Nothing? Okay. Hey, you handsome young thing. Why don't you come have a drink with me? How dare thee, licentious howler! Off with thee! Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Let's just have some fun. How do you like these? I call this one Humpty, and this one Dumpty. Humpty? Dumpty? Cyan, you're being too thin-skinned and, like, somehow gayer than me. I'm a muscle-bound wrestling bear. I don't... You did... Just... Okay. You're the most monogamous man in existence. Thou art unaffected by these charms. I just said one of the benefits of all my years of ascetic training. Stare at a couple of monks, oiled down and wrestling all day, and I don't care about women at all. Oh, don't leave me standing here all alone. Enough of that. A woman should have modesty and decency. Shut up, Cyan. Pfft. And red. Gao, could you stop this man from mansplaining at a dancer? Oh, Cyan, you fucking misogynist. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Golden King. Ships used to sail to the towns of the southern continent. Zen, Albrook, Miranda, but all of them have been lost to the Empire. Yeah, can I have a drink or... No? How about... Okay. Good thing I brought a growler, jeez. Surprised it survived through the serpent trench, but hey, so did Cyan, and he's apparently so thin-skinned he can't talk to a woman for more than a few minutes without ranting. Have you heard of the internet, Cyan? There are some places where you can talk into a camera and a microphone for hours and get paid for it. Hey, comrade. Maybe Cyan's a massive cock. Professor Gibbles has been banned from FinalFantasyFans.net. Narsh is just a stone's throw away. Now that we've left that filthy woman behind us. I'm going to throw you off board. I wonder if the others arrived safely. I'm sure they did. Whoa. The three groups have arrived in Narsh, and now a decisive battle is about to unfold. I understand what you're saying, but you're asking us to spill our blood for you? That's not what we asked. But it will be the result. You're absolutely right. Bannon, we're asking you to spill your blood. Emperor Gestal is racing to acquire ever greater Magitech power. That's the reason he wants the Esper that was discovered here. If we allow the Empire to continue expanding its Magitech arsenal, history's greatest mistake will be repeated. The War of the Magi. The legendary conflict that laid waste to the world. You're saying it could happen again? I have thought humans to be wiser creatures. Edgar, bro! So, 7, you're alright. So, and who have you brought along? I'm Sion, a warrior of the Kingdom of Doma. Whoa, go! The Empire killed everyone in Doma. Doubt our last child, man. Kifka poisoned them. Barbaric. Elder. But that was because Doma was collaborating with the Returners. As long as Narsh remains neutral, we have nothing to fear from the Empire. Yes, that's exactly how that works. Think again. Look. The Empire is poised to attack Narsh as we speak. What? Look, where did you manage to get your hands on information like that? Sailors here was one of the Empire's generals. So it is her. I thought she looked familiar. So Gauss, step aside. Just smack the fucker. The infamous General Celius. The woman single-handedly responsible for the sack of Miranda. Stand and meet thy judgment, Imperial wretch. Wait. Celius has promised to join the Returners. She's fighting on our side now. Be that as it may, I promised I'd protect her, and I won't give up a woman I've sworn to protect. Look, you still haven't gotten over that, have you? I was also an Imperial soldier. What? You're surrounded. You virgin. The Empire is evil, but that doesn't mean all of its citizens are. I mean, general, though. I'm gonna have to defer to my brother on this one. He's on camera, so I'm an idiot now. The Empire's marching on Narsh. We don't have long. I don't care what you have to do. Just get me that Esper. Kefkit, so what about the civilians? What about them? Kill them all. But Narsh is a neutral city. Idiots. Read my lips. Mercy is for wimps. Here's a reason oppose rhymes with dispose. If they get in your way, kill them. March! That guy's a dick. It seems the choice has been made for us. Let us make ready for war. They're here for the Esper. We've moved it into the cliffs above the valley. And that's where we'll make our stand. Locke has a complicated past. Don't go falling for him now, thinking he was protecting you out of love back there. Thanks for your concern, but I'm a soldier, not some love-starved twit. So much for my next suggestion. That's really good writing. I loved that little exchange. That was great. Oh, not too long, comrade. Not for the last time, but we certainly punched him a couple times. Terra, who'd have thought we'd meet again like this? You can use magic too, can't you? But it's different from mine? I was raised to be an Imperial Magitech Knight. When I was still very young, I was artificially infused with magic. Is it possible for you to love other people? You're coming along a little strong there, Terra. I encourage everyone who has the patience for it, please Google Terra Sealer's Rule 34. Are you mocking me? Do not think even for a moment that I trust thee. Fine. Use your eyes. Use your own eyes and see for yourself which side I'm on. These snippets of scenes, fantastic. Very important. Very cool. Super good that it's like, what we're going to do is make sure that we have little scenes to reinforce the characterization of these people. Are you ready? Definitely not. Our party is just Terra. Alright, chat. There aren't many of you, and we don't want to spend too long doing this, but I think I'd like to ask the question, which three are we taking along? Who do we like the most? Now, go from left to right. Locke, Sailors, Cyan, Edgar, Sabin, Gao. First come, first serve. Post into chat now. Make your votes. My guide suggests Locke, Sailors, Sabin, Edgar. Oh, can I do it without Terra? Yeah, I can. All right. It's kind of interesting. I just swap. Well, all right. Well, we've got to do this. There you go. Now Edgar's near the ladies, and the bros are here. Perfect. The one's best in combat. Good. To me, that's Sabin, Edgar. Probably Gao. Emma's voted for Gao, so that's good. Am I ready? Well, yeah, I guess so. Oh, I know what it is. You can change people's equipment this way. So, equip, optimal. It's got a ribbon. Just a ribbon, just sitting there. I want to put... Gao doesn't need a ribbon. Edgar probably does. Sprint shoes, white cape. No, the white cape's pretty good. Don't need the walking speed though. Earring. Knight's Code. Just because she's got a lot of health and can wear heavy armor. She can wear the Magus hat, she should wear the Magus hat. Moonblade's the best out of that. The defense only goes down 1 if we put her in a silk robe, so we're going to do that. No, done him. Great sword, heavy shield, heavy saddles, hyper wrist. Okay, so now that we've got someone else who's better at doing this sword thing I intended to do, let's remove the haste and the hyper wrist. And I actually want to put this on Sealers. Yeah. Now she's got the hit things real hard and deal lots of damage. And with the haste, that's better. If you have any other requests, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to... Yeah, she needs the earring. Otherwise, I'm going to form a party without too much of your opinions. Shit. Why would you do that? He's wearing... Yeah. He uses the Genji glove so that he can do that. What happened here? Hyper wrist. Oh, because I've got 2 and you can't use 2. Alright, cool, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely 7 should have 2. Because look, that's so much extra strength. That's crazy. Yeah, whatever. Sometimes counter, never miss. Whatever, you're fine. Okay. Definitely want sailors. Yeah, I'm ready. I can't pick a party yet. Here we go. Protect the Esper from Kefka, Kupo. Would you like an explanation? Yes. You'll fight using 3 different parties. Use the L button to switch between them. Defeat Kefka before his men reach Bannon, or the battle is lost. After you've made 3 parties on the party formation screen, select Done to start the battle. Alright. Have fun. It doesn't have a tank, it's got Gao, but this is a lot of damage. Trust me. Trust me. You do strictly need 3 parties. Here they come. Oh, if it isn't General Celes, the traitor. Excellent. Now I won't have to hunt you down later. Go! Get those vile insects! Back attack! We charged at them! What is going on? Get him, Edgar. This is, sincerely, the fastest way to deal with them. You get a party that's unbalanced, and you charge directly at them. Sadly, Edgar's auto crossbow is only going to hit one group of them at a time. See? Man, Sailors hits hard with that rune sword. That cat scratch is incredible. Back attack, come on! That's it, Terra. Corporal and a Fidor. See? It works! Reverse polarity? What does that even mean? Lovely. Hey, Kefka, buddy. Cuss reading. I'm pretty sure. Oh. Amazing. When Terra casts a spell, Runic makes it go on to sailors? That's irritating as hell. Plus, Kika's only just regular attacking us. That's kind of irritating, I'd say. Oh well. And now we cast it. Fucking goddamn it. Don't think you've won. Of course, he drops the peace ring. I won't forget this. Where's the Esper? Is it alright? Hey, comrade, you voted for efficiency. That's efficiency. We don't fight all of them. We just charge forward. Whew. Yeah, the Esper's safe. It also appears to be alive. Is that even possible? Terra, what is it? Oh shit. Celis helps lock up. No. Gao appears unconcerned by hanging off the side of the mountain. Terra and the Esper. They're reacting to each other. Lauren, what is this I'm feeling? Did you say something? Please tell me. Who am I? Who? Terra. The Esper. It's responding to a... Terra, get away from that thing. Cool. Alright, she's gone. Oh, okay. Sailor Moon. That's how it goes. Congratulations. Weird. You awake? Where's Terra? She turned into a something and flew off. She looked like... She looked like an Esper. Look, are you okay? Yeah. Threesome? Two of you? Just left, right? Lock? Sailors?
Alright, well, let's talk about Terra then. Something happened to Terra. There must be some connection between her and that Esper. We need to find her. Witnesses said she went streaking westward toward across the sky, beyond Figaro. We gotta hurry. I promised I'd protect her. Look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Empire will be back again for that Esper. And someone needs to protect Bannon. She's a former Imperial soldier. But still, we must help her. Yeah, she charges that enemy real fast. Let's split up then. Those ones searching for Terra will stay here to guard against further attacks. Figaro Castle can shuttle the others to the western province. It shouldn't be hard to track down clues in Corlington or Jador as to Terra's whereabouts. By God, we need to form ourselves another party. Well, I think we need to take Locke, right? Because he said he would protect her. He may be useless, but he's our kind of useless. Edgar, you want to go save the lady? Sabin, go with your brother. I like this. So, Sealers, Gao, Cyan. Any votes, chat? What do you think? It's a shame our friends in the VODs don't get a vote for this one. Sailors VMA. Ah, Meko, good to see you tonight. And remember, you can vote out someone as well if you wanted. I put in 3 because I just want to speed it up a little bit. Otherwise, it's a sausage party. Yeah, well, like, I want Sailors as well. I think she's great. Let's get my tough, strong woman voice on. I'm glad you finished Endwalker. Good fun. You don't owe me anything, sincerely. Same with like everyone who watches occasionally, or watches on the VODs. You don't owe me anything. You don't need to keep watching. I only do it if it's enjoyable. We'll have a good taco party. This is pretty good, I'd say. Unless someone's going to shout out in the next few seconds, I'm going to hit done. I owe you several drinks by your own admission. I do. Maybe it evens out, right? Who knows? You've been right a lot on this Final Fantasy playthrough. So, highly enjoyable, Mako. Okay. Let's do it. Let's go. Loke, Edgar, Sabin, Sailors. Do thy best. We must save Terra. Change party members? Yes. Chimbles, what are you doing? Why? Chimbles, no. Oh. When she flew off, she almost looked like an Esper. I told Terra to keep her safe. I'm counting on you to find Terra. Hurry and find Terra. I'll keep an eye on things here in Narsh. I did not, Mako. I should have, but didn't. Gotta do his best. You stay here, girl. I should have, but like I got distracted. You can be back row. No, you're currently mainline attacker, so stop it. Stop it. Sniper's eye. Ribbon and white cape. Well, you don't need both, that's for sure. We'll give you a ribbon. There's a reason to take 3 party. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Cool spear. Get your cool hat. Get your heavy armor. Get your glove, hyper wrist. Hermes sandals for the haste, the strength. It's pretty good. Yeah, she's still well equipped. Sniper eye, like never miss or. Oh, you don't cast magic, so you're fine. Prevents berserk and confusion. Amazing. Please put the flowing white silk cape on so you get a defense bonus. I guess you get counters, buddy. Extra agility because I want you to stab people. Okay, that'll do us. Let's go. Her Terra turned into a ball of light and shot away to the west. Perhaps someone at Figaro Castle saw where she went. Please find Terra. The future of the world rests in her hands. Oh, cool. Yeah, I do want Locke's mug so we can get ourselves an elixir. Stealing while attacking. Until you get mug, or while there's a fail chance on steal, I never bother. So many chests! Gil, earring, thief's knife. Sometimes steals from a net. Yeah, thank you. Fantastic. Perfect. Yes. 100%. Never change. It's locked. The chest in the back corner is the only one that's locked. I wonder if there's a way to open it? Probably. Reflect ring. Thief's Thief's bracer? Is it success rate of the steal command? Alright. Love it. Extra hyper. Physical attacks never miss. Chance to never miss or deal damage. I'm gonna get him to do a lot of stealing, so I think we're fine. We got so many hyper risks now. Reflect ring will be pretty useful too. Well, that was fun. Look at all that cool shit we just got. Not even all the chests here. Oh, well, there's this one. Never mind. Yeah, I know. And it's pretty common. It just feels like such a wasted turn. Oh, you're gonna use steel. It has a chance to do straight up nothing. Also has a chance to let you take something completely worthless. So, like, it just doesn't feel good. TM. All these nerds using shields. Narsh is a neutral city. We're taking no part in the war, yet still we're not spared for the Empire's aggression. Yeah, Nazis and fascists don't care. They see you as a resource. Magic's real, I tell ya. Magic? I don't believe in that nonsense. And that's appropriate. It's how you manage and get useful shit out of it, out of the steel. But also, that means I need to remember or search before every fight. Like, what the hell? Figure a castle can burrow through the sand all the way to Collingen. That's amazing. Our Moogles living in a cave deep within the mines. You know, like, I'm much more likely to enjoy Mug, i.e. my regular auto attacks or not paying a lot of attention is going to get me the steal thing I want. That's nicer to me. Alright. Love that sexy saxophone on this track. Yeah, I assure you, this is not going to turn out well for you, buddies.
The guide I was already reading told me. For blue magic. And even then, I gave up dealing with all the blue magic. Look, did you see that? We're gonna wait and see if it comes back. Look at that! It's a Yeti! Yes, there's a Yeti. Free healing pot, baby. Hey. Hey, you fuck. Tell me where my friend went. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I don't think... Not yet. Like, toss it out to the writer's room and see if they can come up with something. But right now, not yet. Get him, Edgar! Put him in a body bag! God, he shot that were rat right in the face. Yeti spaghetti does sound like cold pasta. Oh man, I'm going to an Italian restaurant on Sunday and I'm pretty hype. Oh cool, I've become a middle-class dad, just suddenly out of nowhere. I got good big plans this weekend. I'm going to a restaurant. I'm gonna eat me a lasagna. I am gonna eat a lasagna. I'm not a plebeian. I like good food, I swear. I just also love pasta cake. It's pasta in cake form. We obey the elders well. Creepy. The city's warmed by the heat of our steam engines. Building on the far right holds all the treasure collected over the years. Take them before the Empire does. One of the boxes is locked and won't open though. It's too bad. I think that one had something good inside. That's the magic guy. You would kill 10U? To be able to... Oh, yeah, to eat a lasagna at a regular restaurant. Yeah, that's fair. That's very reasonable indeed. I don't mean to rub it in. Gluten-free pasta. Nope. I don't know if it's ashamed. It's just odd that I'm so excited. I'm pretty hype. I'm also going to use a secret trick. I love me a chain flail. Hell yeah. Love me a moon ring blade. Hell yeah. I've got a thief's knife. Why did I do that? A free bed? Thanks, weapon shop proprietor. Worked in a bad way? Wet in a bad way? Shouldn't have bought that. Slight damage increase, worse for everything else. Dumbass. Oh well. No, we don't use that kind of language on Barbie.com. This champ fail does a lot of extra damage. We won't be able to use Runic if we do that, so that was completely pointless. Oh well. No, I understand. I saw me some Moogleses playing with one of their big old Yetis the other day. Of course, no one believes me. Yeah, that's because you're saying your hicks out loud, man. Oh, yeah, that's fair. I should probably finish Endwalker. Tell me, do I have to care about Hythlodaeus and what's his face and Hades? Because I don't. And the game was asking me to care about them and I bounced off so hard I started playing Elden Ring. I'll get there. I will, I promise. I'm also like this with MMOs. If it's a new release, I don't do it. It's hard enough for me to do like yearly events. The only thing that Essus Mortis is trouble with the Empire. Curse the day they dug up that freakish thing. I don't know why I just bounced off Hitlerdaeus. It's just everyone there. I think I resented the whole. We're going to this place that. Yeah, it's something wasn't working for me. I think primarily it was this is a new location without any of the characters you care about right now, and they all seem kind of chill. And the whole time I'm just thinking, my friends are dying. My friends are dying. My friends are dying. My friends are dying. And so I couldn't relax there. Is this person a sad poet? He is actually such a... He's a sad artistic type person, so... It is odd that I'm not. Yeah. See, I'm surprised too. It's supposed to be right up my alley. I don't know. Vagaries of fate. Sometimes you don't decide what you're into or not. It just happens. I'll get to the bottom of it. I'll finish the game and I'll enjoy it. I think I'll stop doing my policy of doing all the side quests in an area and just push through, you know? But if I do all the side quests... Yeah. It's not a good chillness, absolutely. Like, there are problems happening. Boy, does that boy has a strong sense of ennui. That's for sure. Cool boy. Strong sense of ennui going on. And it does apparently not get better. And like, maybe I want to do the high-end raids, but I don't think I want to yet. I want to do them when everyone knows them, and I can just read up the strategies. We'll see. So, Kupo! 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 Po! Kupo! 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 It's empty. I hope you have a good time assembling furniture. I also realized in what tone of voice and like affectation am I saying Kupo over and over? And it turns out I'm saying it in the hardcore tone of voice from Disco Elysium. The guy that says, hardcore! Hardcore to the max! Are you fucking kidding me? Hardcore to the max. Hardcore? In horny? No, not specifically. I mean, maybe a little, but not too much. Oh no, we teleported to the front? That's not at all what I wanted. I'm not really sure why I went through the Narsh mines like this. Yeah, that's true. I speak horny fluently, but I am capable of not being. Alright, I honestly don't know why I went through the Narsh mines, but we did, so. Call it grinding, but I'm not supposed to do it yet. Darkwind Leaf Bunny. Darkwind Leaf Bunny is my Sonic OC name. Comrade, I am amazed it didn't land for you. I think in a year or two... Doesn't fit for Sonic? Okay. You'll have to tell me. King Edgar, welcome home. Darkwing, the lead bunny. Okay, there you go. Comrade, I think you will try Disco again in a year or so in a mood... Like, in a mood where you want to read a lot and play and really love it. Now, that doesn't mean... It's not me saying, okay, you have to do it in a year or so. I'm like, at some point, you might try to get and find it's fantastic. And there's nothing wrong with doing it at that time. Coming to it late and enjoying it isn't a sin. Just means... Lots of orders to submerge this month. I can take you to the desert beyond the mountains if you like. Not yet. I'm sorry I can't let you down there. It's too dangerous. Like, it just means that when you get to it, when you want to have that experience that I prize quite highly, and that's talking about and sharing that experience with others, let us know. So that you don't feel like you're just experiencing it by yourself. And I promise I won't go, Disco! No one gives a shit about Disco Elysium anymore. Those good-for-nothing brigands have been locked up for thievery. And worse! You'd best keep a safe distance. Fuck off, cop. Relax, my boys are just blowing off some steam. I'm sure King Edgar will let us out of here in no time. We're just small potatoes compared to the real threat lurking out there. King Edgar knows that. I'm Lone Wolf the Pickpocket. Where? Didn't I leave you in another world? Ugh, something smells terrible in here. Oh, I think it's me. This sucks. Sorry, dude. Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, the central plot is also primarily relating to the world. It ties in so closely to itself. It's... Yeah. Ah, this feels like old times. I'm gonna wander around for a little bit. Do some sick lifts. Check out my parkour route. And he's gone. He's no longer in the party. He's dead. Welcome home. Further, you could have seen the look on Kefka's face as we sank into the sand. Rest for a bit? Absolutely. Oh, plot. Okay, I didn't expect that. My bad. Sabin, what are you doing? Castle hasn't changed much. Oh, look at my board, Aurora Cloud X. I don't know why my alert box isn't working, but I'm glad to have a follow, thank you. And yet, it's different. Mum and Dad are gone. Nothing can ever really be the same, not after what happened. Tonight, the worst has been. So, if he should... No, you're wrong. It's not true. Priestess, the king, he's a crypto dog. Sabin, it's fine. It's not fungible, Sabin. Dad couldn't have bought an ape. He promised he'd never fall into the slurp juice. Okay. So, Dad is never gonna make it. We are having flashbacks, and I'm teasing them. Edgar, there you are. Your father just said he would entrust Figaro to the two of you. Those were his final words. You won't make me sick. Everyone's saying the Empire had Dad poisoned. And the only thing any of you can think about is who'll be the next king. No one's even sad. Oh, you probably cared when Mum died after we were born, huh? Either. That's not who said... You're just as bad as the rest of them. Sabin, Empire of murderers. They won't get away with this. All my apes gone. Priestess, leave us. Let's leave this place. Let's forget this crazy kingdom and live our lives how we want to. You said you didn't want to be king. You didn't want to be a king, right? Life of freedom, huh? What do you think would happen to Figaro if both of us left? We didn't want to take the throne. Dad was counting on us to take care of the kingdom. Sabin, let's settle this with a toss of a coin. Dad gave me this one. If it's heads, you win. Tails, I win. The winner chooses whichever path he wants. No regrets, no hard feelings. Okay? Here we go! And you chose your freedom. It's already been 10 years. That little shrimp has grown into a whopping lobster. And you're a king crab. What? Sabin, do you think Dad would be proud of me? Didn't you ever doubt that? I'm sure he's beaming with pride wherever he is. Mother, though, no. She thinks you're a lech. 10 years. Where's the time gone? I fucked up that voice. Where's the time gone? Here's a couple of confused grown-ups. Drink! Here's to Dad. To Mum. And to Figaro. It's both. We've turned Sabin into a bear. Our king showers his attention on women. Young, old, pretty, or plain. No one is safe. Oh, King Edgar. I can't talk to that lady in the back there. Oh well. Come on, you love the fanfic. It's funny. And literally, that's... Oh, there's one more thing we can do here. And it's not here. Rats. Don't always know where I should be going. No. Now Loke is gonna just sniff the bed where Terra slept. Oh, you nasty Loke. Locke. I don't know, Loke just sounds better. Should just listen to The Lies of Locke Lamora again, and I'll absolutely get it right. Over here? Yes. Can't take money from the king. You have a family, don't you? Just be quiet and take it. Flash, that's good. Darkness on all enemies. Drill penetrates an enemy's armor to deal severe damage. Yeah, I mean, it's also not Locke's fault. I'm putting the words in his mouth and the actions in his hands. Accept money from the king, merchant. There will be no negative consequences for doing this. Alright, it's hard when I'm staring directly at the camera. Sorry. Take me to Kollingen. You saw the caption. I just read it as intended. Don't look at me like that. Back when monarchy good, church bad. JRPGs... Yeah, there you go.
Yes, Maker! Exactly right! Yes! Because what I was going to say is, like, JRPGs never really got off the church bad part, did they? Final Fantasy 13 had a very big church bad, like, aspect. That was most of the plot. Here we are, Codlingen. Have a nice trip. And I haven't played 15 at all yet, but Monarchy's there? Is Monarchy bad in 15? Probably. It's probably why Arden, the main enemy, wants you dead, right? And that's fair. Codlingen. Oh, now you calm down, okay. But just... I saw a pretty light. It came here, and everyone else was afraid of it, but I liked it. You're gay. Was that thing really a monster? It stopped right in front of my little girl. I could see it had gentle eyes. Like, in a good way, not pejoratively. I'm bi. And I'm very queer, so, like... Not as queer as some of my friends, that's for sure. I'm trying, okay? But, god damn it, I... Oh, look. It's been a while. Ages, even. What's that? Worry not, worry not. Your treasure's quite safe. What the fuck is going on? It's a good thing I happened to perfect my herbal concoction right when she... The girl hasn't aged a day and never will. I had to use my herbs, I did. Couldn't well refuse with you begging me like that. What the fuck? Rachel. You sure this stuff will work? Of course, the love of your life will sleep here just like this forever. And ever. And ever. If there were a way to call her spirit back. A way to call her back? You mean like that legendary treasure? Oh, yes, I suppose if you had that, you might be able to reawaken her. I failed her. Look. Yes, Maker is correct. But it's a good reason, like, this is an important reason why I came this way. So I dreamed to see an opera at the opera house south of Jador, with a handsome date, of course. I'd get all dolled up, put on a sequin dress, take my remote-controlled vibrator. Locke, is that you? Ever stopped by Rachel's house? That thing. I don't know what it was, but it tore up my house. It looked like some kind of glowing monster. My younger brother's a bit eccentric, lives alone up north, says he's going to build a coliseum or such nonsense. A strange... Yeah. No one let that woman near the opera. Try to keep quiet while having a threesome on the balcony. Hey, Shadow, what's going on, man? We meet again. Leave me alone. Ruff, 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 ruff. We get some rather unsavory thoughts in here. That guy over there is an assassin. Wouldn't talk to that guy if I were you. He's an assassin. Yeah, he's an assassin, and I am about to have a break. You can hire him. Yeah, but like he could still fuck off at any time, couldn't he? So, not really worth it, huh? I like him. Yeah. Wow. And then we have to walk all the way back and pick up another party member. I mean, I'm glad he's there. That's cool. But yeah. Alright. Well, we've just saved. It's 8:30. I think I'll be back at 8:45. I'm going to make a drink for myself and Luxie and Emma, who is here. I'll leave you with a lovely world map sound, and I'll be back soon. 15 minutes, okay? I'm back, fucker. You can't stop me. Mwahaha. Okay. See this? I like it. I shouldn't have had a chocolate-covered pretzel right before I took the first sip, because to me it was like, fuck, that's terrible. What did I do? However, Lexi and Emma did say it's good, so I'm happy with it. It is, on Difford's Guide, it's a cream cake. I'll get you the full, because I can, I've got it up on my phone, I'll send you the actual cocktail. And it's pretty tasty. The differences I made is I used regular milk, actually skim milk, is what I had in the fridge. I didn't bother getting any cream. And instead of just regular ice cream liqueur, I've got Emma's very fancy apple pie flavored Baileys. Yeah, alright, second sip, that's good. Amaretto's really strong. It's overpowering it, and I used a little bit less than I should have. But to adjust it, I removed the amaretto entirely and beef up the Baileys. 2 shots Baileys, 1 shot peach liqueur, 1 shot cream. Shake. If you're being really fancy, I'd shake a lot too. Served in a martini glass, it's not enough to fill the fucking thing. Shake, 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 baby. Well, we've bought all we want from that town. Let's get the fuck out of here. No, we weren't done there. A fossil dragon? Is this the end of our adventurers? We stole holy water, and I'm pretty sure that would save us. There we go. Game over, I guess. Short Final Fantasy game, huh? Good thing we can load our save, and it auto saves when we leave the town. Did we visit the relic shop? Welcome! We're good. Just in case. Welcome! Twist headband. Nope. It's an improvement for those two because they're not wearing anything. We took everything off them. Man, getting to the point where optimize is not very useful anymore this quickly. It's kind of disappointing. I love being able to press a button that's improve all my stuff. Rachel. Her memories returned just before she passed away. She said, if a man named Locke returns, please tell him that I love him. Locke, is that you? You stopped by Rachel's house? Jesus Christ. Calling it is, sad. Oh, is this your place, Locke? I couldn't protect her. Laying on these flashbacks pretty high. Locke, what do we have to find today? It's almost you. It's supposed to be an amazing treasure hidden somewhere in this mountain. We're gonna find it. Look out! Rachel! Rachel, are you awake? I can't remember anything. Oh no. Ugh. Get out of my house. It's your fault Rachel lost her memory. Wait, just let me talk to her. Please just go away. I don't know who you are, but my parents get upset whenever you come here. Rachel would be better off without you hanging around, Locke. She's gonna have a hard time recovering. With you here, she can't even do that. Oof. A year went by. When I finally returned, I found that Rachel had been killed in an Imperial attack. Her memory returned just before she died. The last thing she said was my name. I never should have left her side. I failed her. Oh, that's rough, buddy. Emma's correct. That does suck. In fact, I would go so far to say that honks big time. Best stay away from that house on the eastern edge of town. Crazy old coot sits in there, mashing up herbs all day for his shady concoctions. Even heard he's got a ghost in his basement. Not a ghost, just a creepy old lady. Green beret. Another one. New hat. Locke's feelings regarding Terra are not romantic. Yeah, that's true. Terra's gay anyway. Gay for salies. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. You should too. It's funny. Drill! Not bad damage. I'm sorry, comrade. There was actually some plot flashback, right? And Paul Locke has some trauma. Come on, sausage.
Outside then.
Let's go. Oof. What's going on here then? A hero's ring in the piss bucket? Amazing. Boosts both physical and magical might. Well, we know who needs to wear this. My friend Sailors put on the hero's ring. It didn't increase magic attack power at all. Honestly, haste isn't affecting it that much either. It's not as broken as it was in... That'll do. That'll do, pig. We can't let the world become too peaceful, don't you see? People shine their brightest when they're at war. My Colosseum will be a monument to the glory of battle. If I can ever finish it, that is, no one will help me. All they want to do is kill a bunch of people, come on. What a strange young man. Anyway, check it first. So. $100 gil for a Chocobo ride? You want a Chocobo ride? I do. Yeah, okay, so in a nutshell, comrade, we turn up to town. Locke's ex-girlfriend. Locke's ex-girlfriend is there? It's very confusing. She's a corpse and her spirit is missing. She's dead. A creepy old man is keeping her in his basement, preserving her body. We know that she and Locke went treasure hunting one day. Locke tried to fall down a hole. He failed to fall down the hole because she pushed him out of the way and fell down the hole instead. This did not turn out particularly well for her. She lost all of her memory. Yeah, and then later, like, Maker adds that Locke's feelings for Terra, where he's like, I'll protect you, it'll be okay, are not romantic. And that's a good point. He's trying to make up for the way he feels like he completely fucked up and managed to not help Sarah, I think her name is? Deep characterization. We'll make the walk up normally. Rachel, thank you. I don't know why I said Sarah. Sarah's Final Fantasy 13. The opera house is closed, sir. You need to get better clothes before I let you into this establishment. You should be wearing a sequin dress and a remote-controlled vibrator to be let into the opera house. Jimbles! This is Jador, the westernmost town on the world map. I made a joke earlier that the lady in the sequin dress wants the remote control vibrator. And then we turned up at a mythful vest that weighs next to nothing. It's like wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And so we go to the opera house, and in a hilarious turn of phrase, the person who is letting you in says you need to be wearing a remote control vibrator to be let in. Sequin dress. I was like, I don't, because they're shiny. They're eye-catching, and her main concern is that she wasn't fancy enough, and she felt like she could go to a fancy place. All the poor people were forced out of town. I hear they built a new town in the valley between the mountains up north. So, like, it looks fancy. It's not particularly fancy itself. Those folks in Zozo don't have an ounce of honesty among the lot of them. Don't trust a word they say. Ah, yes, the paws are lying. Bunch of jerks. Also, spend 250 gil for a night? No thanks. I'm gonna buy a tent for less than that. Welcome. I cannot afford any of these. That would be an upgrade. Ah, man. Why do I buy so much useless crap? Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. Ugh. Yeah. Alright, no one can use that because we don't have... Yeah. And no, we're okay. Blessed with the power to smite evil. Yeah, 192 attack damage, 7. Yeah. Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. Because I'm gonna be an opera singer when I grow up. Huh? You don't know where the opera house is? It's way south of here. Kid, I've been there. Fuck you. You're adopted. Okay, because I was looking at a ninja weapon, but it looks kind of Western fantasy here in this town. It made me refer to the absolutely fantastic comic by Awkward Zombie, where it is referring to how the Ace Attorney series got gradually more Japanese over time, even though they pretended from the first entry they were in America. So the last panel is Phoenix Wright holding some sushi to his mouth with a pair of chopsticks and saying, "Eat your hamburgers, Apollo." And it's just incredible. Every once in a while, if one of those shady kids from Zozo wanders down here looking for an easy mark, be careful. Can't trust the paws. Right, I look crazy, so you know what we're gonna do? This is a bad idea. Hold on.
Yeah? Don't judge my tabs. I'm already ashamed there are so many. Ah, Los Angeles. Truly the greatest city in these United States of America. I, for one, am proud to live in a country with as rich a history and culture as ours. Something about this seems off. Don't be ridiculous, Apollo. Now come, let's all enjoy a traditional American meal around the traditional American kotatsu. Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. Yeah, there you go. Context. You now understand what that weird one-liner was about. Now I'm going to end the display capture. We'll go back to playing Final Fantasy. It's fine. It's fine. It's normal. That was a normal streamer thing to do. Yeah, it's exactly Brock's Jelly Donuts. I saw a girl bathed in light speed off towards the northern mountains. This is the Jador auction house. It's always full of wealthy aristocrats. Today's auction is over. Obviously not from around here. Straighten your back. Don't slop so much. Kill him. There's nothing I can't buy. Oh, that's yeah. Hold on. There's nothing I can't buy. Oh, you admire the fine arts as well? No. How utterly uncivilized. I want one of those legendary treasures that bring back departed souls. None of the other rich folks have one yet. Heard you can get one in the Imperial capital of Vector. What? Bring back souls? Some truly valuable works of art can be acquired at this auction house. Probably not by the likes of you, though. Obviously. First time I've been in here. Doesn't look like the kind of place a down-and-out bum like me belongs. How could I say no to his adorable little eyes? Daddy, let's buy lots of stuff today, too. You rich, spoiled brat. Class divide is starkly apparent here. All of the middle-class families live in the southern part of town. The richer folks live up in the north. You can see one of their enormous mansions from here. One of the only, but hey, towns in video games must be smaller than their actual size, otherwise they'd be weirdly shaped. It'd be impossible to get around. The town of Zozo is nestled between the mountains to the north. It's a den of thieves and ne'er-do-wells. Ne'er-do-wells? Never-do-wells? Oh. God. Owser's mansion. Owser. You're a spitting image of Maria. Huh. Haven't heard of her, say? She's a famous opera singer. Lockcore. And probably sailors, huh? Tamed in Ufa. A beautiful still life of flowers. It's almost as if they were still alive. A treasure chest on canvas. A picture of an old urn. It appears to be a lamp. Looks like a pair of great big jugs to me. A very old painting of a piss bucket. A suit of armor, it would seem. A picture of a lovely lady. Looks like a pair of great... This one looks awfully familiar. That was very funny to me. How dare you? Alright, Jador. We're hiring a chocobo and we're getting the hell out of here. 250 gil? This is highway robbery. Give it up for Toilet Sound's version of Chocobo Thief. It's a bit mean. Oh yeah, the Zozo music is really good. Zozo is difficult. That's why I'm saving, because fuck. It's... Zozo? Never heard of it. There are random encounters in this town. We're gonna keep missing unless we cast fire, aren't we? Blizzard! Zozo pub. Second hand of my watch is pointing at 30. It's an odd thing to say. Jesus. Come on. Coming. All right. I don't want to go here just yet. We honestly might be in trouble. Great people here. You can trust everything they say. Oh, wait a minute. You trying to rumble me here, Goofy? Which also probably means I shouldn't be wasting Sailor's MP, huh? Bonk. Okay, so we've been avoiding all of the fights, so we're relatively low level, and... Good thing Locke's been stealing all these potions, huh? Girl? Nope, haven't seen any girls lately. It's definitely not one of the top floor of this building, so don't bother checking. Really? Interesting. Interesting. Jimbles is gonna pull up his guide. The guide's gonna reload. Right. Note that everyone in Zozo is lying to you. Thank you, guide. Alright. First, go to the pub. Go to the Winchester, have a drink. Wait for everything to calm down. Alright, use a high potion. Still gonna die. Good. Same again. An ether. Lovely. This door is rusted shut. Okay. What about this way? What? Shouldn't we be more concerned that this person can cast magic on us? We're not? Okay, well look, we tried. Oh, lovely. Okay. We need your mana. I'm sorry. Use Chain Flail for now, okay? You're the one that can cast Cure on us. It's gonna be a long slog until we get to the top of Zozo. Need our mana so we can... There's the armor shop, huh? Alright, well let's go over that way. Bonk. Soul, silver spectacles. 7,600 gil stolen. Okay, give it back. Whew, okay, 8,000 gained. You're okay? You good? This place is dangerous. Be careful. Don't go doing anything stupid like trying to jump between the buildings. That's pretty impressive, but it's not a train. I think you drilled him right in the nads. Edgar, you sadist. Just... Good lord. A potion? Amazing. Go to the inn. Who is Broly? Dragon Ball Z character, right? He's the most tough. Hey, Toriyama wanted to do the art for Chrono Trigger. The clock's hands have stopped. Set the hour hand. 6. Set the minute hand. 10. Set the second hand. 50. I know, you're supposed to talk to literally everyone in town and then you use a logic puzzle to determine which ones it is not. Because they're all liars. You then... Once you know everyone it's not, you can work out which one it is, and then set the clock that, and get through the thing. Sailors learn Imp! Great. Why did we do that? We obtained a chainsaw. But chainsaw isn't a weapon. What could it be? Oh. Wouldn't you like to know? Damn it. Sorry. I messed up, my bad. Imp! Oh no! Relic shop and head up the stairs.
7, quick, blitz him. Quick, lock, attack. Use chainsaw. That's right, 512 damage to essentially everyone. Dude! Dear streamer, happy to tell you, chainsaw is for demurdering. Chainsaw is not a weapon, it's a tool that Edgar can use through the tools command. By using that, please, heal Gigas. Can only be used by Edgar. It deals damage to everyone on screen, or it does an instant kill attack. Time, you say? It's 4 o'clock. Alright, well, it's not 4. It's 2. It's not 2. Great people here. You can trust everything they say. Edgar, there's multiple enemies. Instant kill. Puts on a cool mask and everything. Deals damage? Well, it didn't deal damage there. It instant killed. There it dealt damage, but that's semantics. Oh, it's 10. I better be getting home. It's already 12. It's 2. Great people. Hey, no cutting. Get in line. I am in line. I'm gonna kill them. Oh, yeah. I've killed people with that weapon. I mean, people have died without weapons. Then go to the relic shop and go upstairs. Skip the first open door and go to the next closed door to get a brigand's glove. Is that what it meant? Maybe not. It's already dead, but it still gets its auto attack. Wow, great, amazing. You fuck. That was pretty fucked. Keep going up. The brigand's glove. Thank you. Changes the steal command to mug. Nice. 4 of 7, 2 items left. Oof, this place is nuts. Return to the open door and hop waste a few buildings. Okay, let's go. Thank you. I love mugs. Right. Oh, chainsaw only deals damage to one person. Oops, my bad. I sincerely thought it was everyone. Miss. 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 Well, the instant kill thing works. Stop jimmying the camera, God. we go west. No, damn it. Sailor Stove, we need your MP. You're literally the only person that can cast heal. Oh. Mug, chainsaw, blitz, attack. God, I'm glad we got that chainsaw. It's fantastic. An ether, that's good. My watch's second hand is pointing at the 4. Yeah, good flex. Seconds? They're divisible by 20. Good job, Sailors. Ninth floor of Zozo. The 19 Machinist attack? Oh, okay. Machinist is one of the classes I haven't played at all in Final Fantasy 14. It'd probably be good, it's just I already have a ranged physical DPS class. So it was low on the priority list. First it was max one of each roll, and I've done that. Then it was one of each like slot, and I've done that. And now I think when I jump to Final Fantasy 14 again, it'll be max everything. Well, finish MSQ, max everything. And that'll be fun. Not something I'm going to do right away, though. There are lots of cool stuff. God, that headbutt hurts. Too many random encounters. No, sailors! How could you do this to us? We're so understaffed today. A burning fist. Why did I buy 2 Kaiser Knuckles? I do dumb things all the time, it's not that surprising. Hey buddy, brings you up here on this fine day. Do you need to get through here? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be in the way. I'm not very strong in the fight, and I'd hate for you there to be any trouble, so why don't I just let you pass? Boss fight! Quick, chainsaw him! Stole a jeweled ring. You gotta admit, he does look pretty tough. The Immortal Iron Fist? 2 of them? I'm vaguely sad Iron Fist didn't get a 3rd season. Free twist headband? Yes, please. Ooh, chests.
X potion, amazing. Hermes sandals, amazing. We already have some. Terra. Grrr. Terra? Yeah, it was. I still liked it though. Terra? She's frightened. Who are you? This girl is your friend, I presume? Is Terra okay? So, her name is Terra. Terra. Interesting. Her life is in no danger. She simply used a power she didn't know she had, and it overwhelmed her. Now her body won't listen to what she's telling it to do. As for myself, I am Ramu, the Esper Ramu. You're an Esper, bro? But don't Espers live in another world? That doesn't mean there's anything stopping us from living in this one. Espers come in a variety of forms. My appearance is similar to your own, so I can live here as one of you, without fear of anyone discovering the truth. Why hide the fact you're an Esper? Humans and Espers are incompatible creatures. I've heard that long ago humans and Espers lived side by side in this world. I always thought it was just a fairy tale, but no, that was no fairy tale. That was the truth. Humans and Espers used to live together in harmony. At least until the War of the Magi. The War of the Magi. It took place long ago. Espers fought humans who had been infused with magical powers extracted from other Espers. That's what the Empire's doing. After that meaningless war had ended, the Espers fashioned a new realm to which they exiled themselves. They feared that if they remained, it would only be a matter of time before their powers were targeted again. But then one day, about 20 years ago, humans stumbled upon the entrance to that hidden realm. Humans who knew of Espers and the secrets of our powers, and thus began the hunt. Fergastal, the leader of the men, knew that he could use the powers extracted from us to create an invincible army. As soon as we realized what was happening, we erected a massive gate and forced the humans out. Those who were captured are still being held in the Empire's Magitech research facility, being drained of their powers. I narrowly escaped that same fate, and now I am here with you. She seems to have calmed down a little. I called Terra here to me when I sensed that she'd lost control. She responded to that call. So, Terra's an Esper. No, she's a bit different from us. She looks like she's in pain. She's afraid of what she is, and that is a painful thing. What can we do to help her? Once she understands her true nature, the fear and doubt should subside. So nothing we can do? The others of my kind who are trapped in Gastal's Magitech research facility may be able to help her. The Magitech research facility? Your people are in there? I escaped alone, abandoning my friends and hiding here like a coward. But I fear I can remain here no longer. Blink, blink, blink. What do you mean? Gastal's methods are mistaken. He knows only to drain an Esper's powers by force, but that's not the only way to unlock our potential. Only when we become Magicite can our strength be transferred in full. What do you say? I'm going to turn myself into Magicite so I can lend you my strength. Magicite? Magicite is an Esper's power in its purest form. When an Esper dies, Magicite is all that's left behind. But... oh no. Oh my. These are my companions who fell as we fled the Empire. And I'll give you my power as well. Blink, blink. Remember. But why? He turned himself into Magicite. He gave up his own life so that we'd have the power to stop them. Why would you do such a thing? If our power is used for destruction, the skies will darken and life will fade from the earth. We must stop the Empire. There must not be a second war of Magi. Obtained Ramu Magicite. Obtained Siren Magicite. Kirin Magicite. Kate Sith. Well, sorry, Kat Shi Magicite. Terra, wait for us. We'll be back for you. Espers. Ramu. Thunder, Thundara, Poison. Gradually restores. Silences all enemies. Confuses all enemies. Cat Rain. Confuse, Imp, Float. Magic +1 for level up? Not that useful. Stamina +1. So you're going to get a bonus at all. When you equip Kirin. HP +10%. Well, you'll get Siren. And that leaves Edgar with Cat Shi. Actually, let's... you take Ramu. And there we have it. We now have the ability to get stat bonuses when we level up. Oh, hey, it's Gal. Everyone's here? I was just thinking. Let's talk on the way back down. Good use of motion. Excellent way to do a cutscene. So the Empire has been draining magic from Espers. Sailors, was all that true? I was asleep when they performed my infusion, so I don't know for sure. But I've heard rumors to that effect. It's pretty fucked. It's pretty fucked up, dude. I suppose we must find a way to slip into the Empire. We best split up again. We still need to beef up our defenses in Narsh. That would indeed be wise. I wonder if there's a spot for Shadow in this cutscene. What does he do? I'll go to the Empire. I know it inside and out. But alone? But alone, bro? Don't worry. I'll go with her. Look. Might I advise going in greater numbers? You can't move these out. I know who I want. Wait for a second, Narsh. Don't worry, we'll be fine. We need to change party members, I guess we'll have to head back to Narsh. So how are we going to get there? The Empire's on the southern continent, but they've closed all the harbours and no ships are permitted to leave port. The town of Jador is to the south is full of wealthy aristocrats. One of them might know a way in. Where there's a guild... Look, yeah? Why are you coming with me? Well, there's a rumor about a legendary treasure hidden in Imperial territory and all. Thought I might have a look around. Seems you have some magicite. Want to learn more about espers? Yeah. To use an esper, you must first equip it by selecting espers from the abilities menu. To summon the esper in battle, select the name of the esper by scrolling to the top of the magic command list. You can only call upon each esper once per battle. Learning spells. When an esper is equipped to someone, that character will learn spells over time. The set of spells each esper teaches is different. The higher a spell's acquisition rate, the faster it will be memorized. Some espers also permanently increase an attribute like strength, magic, HP, or MB when the character who is them equipped gains a level. Alright, that's weird, thank you. Well, to the town full of rich jerks. Yes, my friends, you are very much out of your element here. Holy aura. Lunatic voice. Cat rain. Sleep sting. Judgment bolt. I just wanted to summon all so you can see. Yeah, it is a shame we don't have the siren with her butt out. But hey, you take what you can get. Could have targeted the one that wasn't confused, but okay. Magic AP. See that? Now we can start learning magic by fighting things. If we're on the Veld, we could do it without getting XP, which is even better. I mean, we've only got some magicite. We don't have the really good stat bonuses yet. When we do, it'll actually be worth grinding for a while. Not forever. I don't want to hit level 99 again. That was a bit of a silly mistake. But honestly, I just started to get obsessed with the idea, so I just did it. Welcome back. This is Jador. The way to reach Empire by now is by air. Of course, you need an airship for that. What, do you think I would suggest launching yourself from a catapult? I mean, I wish. That'd be fucking hilarious. Wouldn't it? Owl's mansion. Maria? Me? Sorry, I was looking for someone else. Still, you could pass for Maria in a heartbeat. Oh dear, we're really in trouble this time. Say this looks like Maria? The spitting image of Maria. Haven't you heard of her? Yeah, we went through this last time I was here. Oh no, there's a letter there. It's on the floor. Thought it was on the desk. That man must have dropped this. That man is the director of the troupe that performs at the Opera House. Everyone just calls him Impresario. It's been a tizzy ever since that letter arrived. Dearest Maria, I've decided to take you as my wife, so I'll be coming to kidnap you. The wandering gambler. Who's this wandering what's-his-face? Were you born on a farm, son? Da, 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 da. A gambling vagabond who finds freedom from society's narrow views of morality aboard his ship, the Blackjack. Setzer. The only character from Final Fantasy VI who appears in Kingdom Hearts. That would be Setzer. Owner of the world's only airship. If we had that airship, we'd have our way into the Empire. Set up a meeting for this with this Setzer. Oh, I get to punch him, Maker. Also more hype because he appears in Kingdom Hearts. That's his only draw for me. There are no other Final Fantasy VI characters at all. Not even Terra. The weirdest thing is, like, that introduction, avoiding conventional understandings of morality upon his ship, like, he should definitely be a polyamorous gay pirate, right? Ah, it's you again. We read that letter. So Setzer's coming to snatch Maria away? He'll probably appear right at the climax of the first act. He loves to make an entrance. Perfect. When he shows up, we'll jump out and nab him. Dear me, no! He'll ruin the performance. I'll lose my job. But if you don't do anything, you see my conundrum? I want the performance to be a success, but I don't want Maria to be abducted. Yeah, exactly, Mako. And I don't know, yeah, he allows it. I say, let him take it. We'll use a decoy. Once he's got her, we'll follow him right back to his airship. And if all goes well, we should be able to commandeer it. What? Are you mad? If anything should happen to Maria. That's why we use the decoy. We can hide Maria someplace safe. Come again? You said yourself that Celis looks like Maria. Now just a minute. She can be our Maria. We'll let Setzer kidnap her and lead us to his airship. Brilliant. Hold on here. I'm a former general, not some opera floozy. Unnecessary. Oh, they're there for the drama. Mi, do, re, mi, fa. Maria. Maria. Locke, what the fuck, dude? That's the spirit. I got my own little surprise plan for you all, just like Setzer. It'll be tons of fun. Yeah, definitely not. Better get to work. We're gonna make a star out of you, sailors. Thank you, Mako. Absolutely. Look who's back. Isn't anyone gonna read it? Sorry, Ultros. They added extra frames to the conductor. The war between the East and the West was growing more violent by the day. Draco, a soldier from the West, Thinks of his love, Maria, back at home. Sick! God, I was gonna sing it, but not if they've got it. No way. I'm not gonna ruin this. That's great. No, that was not voiced on the SNES. Absolutely not. Oh, Maria. I'm gonna go check on things in the dressing room. Oh, I hope this works. Go on, give us some encouragement, look. Huh? Why is everyone singing? God, you're so stupid. Sabin, you're so dumb. Fucking God. Why are you such an idiot, Sabin? Okay, that's as far as that joke's gonna go for now. I can't let you up here, it's so dangerous. I believe you, Golem King. I'm not really a fan of opera either. Oh yeah, we're moving slow because we don't have the sprint shoes on. I love how it gets muffled when you leave. I don't speak opera, no. I don't know if Golden King does either. Well, that was fun. We're getting the fuck out of here. There's a performance underway. I'm trying to leave. You're stuck. It's not here. Oh, hey, babe. Did you just look down her dress? Locke, you fuck. Have you always been that pretty? Fuck you. Holy shit. Wow. Locke, could you try harder, please? Ugh. Locke, why did you stand up for me when you did? Because I'm tired of standing by and doing nothing while I lose the girls I like. That's a little better. Am I just a replacement for her? That ribbon looks nice on you. I have to go on stage soon. This next scene's an important one. Maria starts to worry that something's happened to Draco and pours her feelings into song. Shouldn't you check the score one last time? Read the score? Yeah. Oh, my hero, my beloved, shall we still be made to part? Through promises of perennial love, yet sing here in my heart. I'm the darkness, you're the starlight, shining brightly from afar. Through hours of despair, I offer this prayer to you, my evening star. Must my final vows exchange be with him and not with you? Were you only here to quiet my fear? Oh, speak. Guide me anew. This is where you pick up the flowers, climb the stairs, and toss the bouquet from the highest balcony. Be sure to be finished by the end of the interlude. There isn't much time before the start of scene 2. Impresario. Scene 2. Me, 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 me. I don't need to check the score one last time, my friend. I've done this before. We'll be fine. Oh, The western armies were defeated, and Maria's castle fell into the hands of the east. Forced to wed the eastern prince Ralph, Maria still thinks only of Draco as she gazes at the stars each night. Oh, my Slytherin. The next line is, oh, my hero.
Oh, my hero, my beloved, shall we still be made to part? Though promises of perennial love yet sing here in my heart. I'm the darkness, you're the starlight, shining brightly from afar. Through hours of despair, I offer this prayer to you, my evening star. Must my final vows exchange fear with him and not with you? Were you only here to quiet my fear? Oh, speak, guide me anew.
Oh, look, there's Draco. Hey, buddy. Come, Maria, dance with me. Oh. This is a quick time event, yes. I don't think it was the first time, but it is now.
I am thankful, my beloved, for your tenderness and grace. I see in your eyes, so gentle and wise, all doubts and fears erased. Though the hours take no notice of what fate might have in store, our love, come what may, will ne'er age a day. I'll wait forevermore.
Prince Ralph is looking for his dance partner. Please leave the past behind. Our kingdom is part of the East now. Snaps for the good joke. Good job, Gollum King. Very good indeed. Very funny. Yes, thank you. I like that. That's good joke. So I'm surprised, honestly, you don't suggest myth. Ah, Prince Ralph just looks like a grown-up gal. I'm fine with that. No one owns it? I thought Bungie owned it. It's also not vaporware because it was actually published. It's abandonware. It's different. Don't punch me. You were wonderful, sailors. I owe you guys one, so I'm gonna jam up your opera. Ultros. Oh, better tell the impresario. Seven? Why is everyone singing? Come on, give us some encouragement. What? What's an Ultros? The funny thing is, like, I remember the conductor has an extra few frames. Some survivors attacked. Impossible. Attack! Because I remember the conductor going and then turn 180 degrees and continue doing it, and that's it. Wait!
Insolent road, knave of the western hall, you would address my queen to be Maria. Yes, you have Maria's hand. I would die before that day comes. Then it's a duel.
That was cool. I think it... But how's it planning to disrupt the opera? With that? Let's see if Maria can shrug this off. This is heavier than I thought. It's gonna take me 5 minutes to push this thing off. Exactly 5 minutes? We haven't a second to lose. Talk to the stagehand in the room up on the right. He'll help you get up there. Leave it to us. Meow. When prisoners hit you, you need to get up on the catwalks, lower the switch on the far right, but don't touch any of the others. Apparently, you touch the others, it fucks up the performance, and it's very funny. It's not that funny. It's a little funny. Meow. Run, Edgar! A woman's in trouble! And Mako, fucking with toys is the best way to do it. I approve. Good job. Dun, 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 dun. Course, she's a stunner, mate. Course, she's a Goetia, mate. I heard she's a goetic demon. Came right out of your head. Just kill the rats? Okay, yeah, sure. I am aware it's nearly 10 o'clock. I am very much aware that we will probably not finish the opera scene tonight. No, actually. Fuck it, let's finish the opera scene. We've done most of it. It won't take too long. As you can see, it can't be more than 5 minutes, right? Some of us may have work tomorrow, but I'm at home tomorrow. 15 minutes tops? Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I love that we see all these high potions. We need that. Because they know your healer's not here, even though you could have did some grinding. Then thunder and sleep. Amazing. Hey, Ultras. Huh? Oh, rats! Oh no, the performance! Oh no, this'll never do. With those two flattened, there's no one to win the girl. How can the story possibly continue? It's probably the crowd making noise, right? Locke, what are you doing? Neither Draco nor Rouse will win Saelus's hand. It is I, Locke, the world's premier adventurer, who shall take her as my wife. Oh dear. What dreadful acting. Silence, knave! You stand in the presence of octopus royalty. A low-born thief like you could never defeat me. I challenge you to a duel. Oh, might as well make the most of this. Music! Octopus, it's me again! Long time no see! Did you miss me? You honestly should be getting Locke too. Locke's blinded now. Nothing to steal. Damn it. You should be getting... Here! Over here! Oh. I thought Locke had thunder. He does not. Imp, buddy, pal! Imp song. I, for one, aren't no garden variety octopus. What do you mean, miss? Fire? Imp, buddy, pal! Impity doo! No effect. Right, well, Meteor Strike's no longer working. Let's Aura Cannon the fucker. Acid Rain? Good lord. Use Aura Blast? Yeah. I think we're missing all melee attacks. Imp, buddy, pal! Impity doo! So goofy. Alright, well, just I gotta get Ebby. I'm gonna use the thwarted again! I feel like such a sucker. Here, have 8 gil. Oh. Hold it right there. My compliments on a most impressive performance. Spin, stop, grab. Setzer, I'm a man of my word, impresario. I'm taking Maria. Bye! What? Unforeseen twists at every turn. Just as we think Maria is to become Locke's new bride, she's dragged off by Setzer instead. What fate lies in store for her now? Be sure to come back and see part 2. I do not remember Setzer's sprite, so who knows? Don't worry, we'll give you plenty of attention later. What the fuck? Pull out your flail! Your flail! What a performance. You're a great fake actress, sailors. Enough. But the real show starts now. It's time for Act 2. Where's Setzer? He should be right back. What are you doing in here? You're not Maria, are you? Setzer, we need your help. We need to get to Vector. Your ship is the only... If you're not Maria, then we have nothing to talk about. Wait, we heard that your ship is the finest vessel in the world. And that you are the world's greatest gambler. I'm the king of Figaro. If you help us, you'll be well rewarded. Come with me. Then you'll... Don't misunderstand me. I still haven't said how to help you. Lovely, but there's a safe point nearby, and I'm going to take advantage of it. I'll need to unequip some party members. Don't do a thing. So here... Where's the fucking... Welcome. Well, that's cool. Thank you. Oh, it's nice having guests on board. Need a little refreshment? Yes. Do not open door during flight. Okay, that's fair. You don't think it's on the ship? Damn it, I thought it was. Oh well. I guess we talked to Setzer. Maybe up here? Hello, Setzer. Business has been awfully slow lately, thanks to the Empire. You're not the only one suffering. The Empire has been toppling towns and villages left and right. They're abusing their Magitech power and trying to take over the world. The kingdom was allied with the Empire until recently. Maybe you want to be a slave to the Empire, but I sure don't. We're at least together in hating the Empire, right? So, please. You know, I think it may be even cuter than Maria. What? Alright. If Sailors becomes my wife, I'll help you. Otherwise... What? You crazy? Fine. What? Great. It's settled. On one condition. We flip this coin. If it's heads, you help us. If it's tails, I'm yours. Well, Mr. Gambler? I like it. I accept. So, is you serious? If you marry that guy... Ready? Call it in the air. Shit. Heads. I win. Now it's time for you to hold up your end of the bargain. Valuable trinket indeed. I've never seen a double-headed coin before. That coin... Edgar, don't tell me! I'm afraid you've been hustled, Mr. Gambler, but that's part of the game now, isn't it? Logan is stupid. I love it! Alright, I'll help you. I haven't felt so excited in years. My life's a chip in your pile. Ante up! I can't believe this clunky old thing can fly. You sure it'll stay in the air? When things fall, they fall. Life's a game of chance. You play your cards and fate plays hers. They'll spot us in the air from miles away if we try to fly this thing into the Empire. We better land a safe distance away. That sounds like a good idea. I'll stay on board and keep the ship ready to take off at a moment's notice. I am also curious, Mecha. It's pretty interesting.
Maybe Sailor's just is like, I took it from Edgar before. Wonder if you have Sabin but not Edgar. He's like, that coin. This is pretty dramatic. Look at us flying up all the way into the Empire. Okay, we got a save point. We're gonna save here, and we're gonna finish up for the night. Ooh, that was a good adventure. Look at that, 6 hours and 51 minutes in. Fantastic work, everybody. What a good Wednesday night. Thank you very much for joining me for this little episode of Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, the tricks they put with Mode 7, that's crazy. Just made the whole thing look amazing. That was a lovely stream. I wanted to let you know that I will be unavailable next Monday. There will be no Pillars of Eternity stream because it is my dating anniversary with my lovely wife. And I'd like to go do something with her instead of with you. I'm sorry, you're just slightly less important than her. That's just the truth. In any case, we had a lot of fun. Thank you very much for joining me. And if you'll notice on this little lovely banner here, we have Terra and Locke and Edgar and Sailors and Sabin and Cyan and Gao and Setzer and who's this? Shadow and Gogo and Mog and Umaru. Only slightly? Yeah, well. I gotta be nice, right? At least a little bit. I was unmuted so you could hear me talk. Feedback loop. It's a bit of a pain. So that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more characters to pick up. That's quite a lot left in the game. But made some real good progress tonight. And you should be proud of yourself the same way I am too. I'm going to click the raid button. Let's see if we can end up going to go bug someone else. See what's going on their town. Stream manager, raid button, who's going on? It looks like no one I follow is up right now, so I'll just have to leave you tonight. And I will see you on Saturday morning for a Saturday morning stream. I'm really going to try and wake up at an appropriate amount of time this week, so we'll be able to do some study live. I'll read out a textbook or cover of how the whole university thing's going, and how my emotions are sitting with it. And then by the end of it, we'll do some reading. Yeah. And then I'll go vote. All right. Good night, everybody. Tell the people you love them very much. That's a good trick for you to do. And I'll see you again Saturday morning, and if not, Wednesday next week. Good night.